Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I want to talk about non-food coping strategies in case you are dealing with stress, with some food related issues like binge eating or emotional eating like I do, or kind of similar stressful anxious situation that you would like to learn to deal better with. So, since you decided to watch this video, probably you are dealing with issues which you are trying to solve with the help of food. When you are stressed, probably you go to fridge and trying to eat something tasty, sweet or savory. And there are many of us who are suffering from similar issues, and it's a tough topic because it's connected with human physiology, our psychology, and it's a very complex thing that definitely cannot be explained in this video, and definitely I'm not an expert to talk about that. I'm just somebody who recently decided to improve my relationship with myself and my relationship with food. And I do suffer from binge eating episodes and from emotional eating and from some other food related issues. And for me, this idea of finding tools, of finding mechanisms, coping mechanisms that can help me to deal with all those issues that I have without running immediately to food as my first source of solving any problem, it's a very big and very important topic. And recently I have tested different strategies that help me, or at least partially help me, because I'm still kind of only at the beginning of this personal transformation. And I want to share those tools here. First of all, with the idea to help somebody who is suffering from similar issues as I do, and also as some kind of tool in order to keep myself accountable, in order to keep myself motivated and keep myself on this journey, keep myself devoted to this goal. The first idea that I would like to share here, it's okay sometimes to use food, maybe even not sometimes, to use food as some kind of coping mechanism. Food is very important to us human. It was a part of our evolution. It was a part of our survival. It is still very important. It is still very deeply rooted into many things we are dealing with. And definitely we should not demonize food, and we should not kind of see it in a negative light, because it creates even more issues. But at the same time, if food is our only source, only tool we are trying to use when we have anxiety, stress, or any other negative emotions, it also brings us to many negative things, to many health issues, both physically and mentally. That's why it's a good idea to have a list of those tools that work especially for you, in order to find alternative ways to deal with those issues without only food. And today I will give a lot of different ideas. Some of them work for me better, some of them work for me worse. But at the same time, I understand this is state now. Maybe 6 months later, there will be a completely different picture. Some other tools will work for me better. And these tools that I like now, probably I'm gonna stop using. And kind of my message here is that we need to test as many tools as possible, as many strategies as possible, because we are so very different. And not only we are different one from another, like each individual is already different, but at the same time we are different from ourselves on different stages of our life, in different seasons, in different moods. And sometimes this tool works for us better, sometimes different tool. That's why it's a good idea to have a full box of different tools, and you may use them according to situation. And I like this phrase that I heard somewhere, that okay, if you're really trying hard enough, you can build a house just with one hammer. It is possible. But at the same time, if only instead of hammer you have like 100 different tools for different purposes, you're gonna make definitely a way better, a nicer home, and you're gonna make it faster, and you're gonna put less efforts into that. So kind of the idea is we need to find, we need to test, we need to collect as many tools as possible is in order to self-regulate, in order to self-soothe, in order to help ourselves while we are dealing with some difficult situations for us. And first thing, kind of first group of tools that I would like to talk about, it's about the tools connected with emotional self-regulation. And probably you heard about many of them. Definitely a very good strategy is breathing, when you're trying kind of to calm down, to stay in one place, to stay in present moment. Just like breathe in and breathe out 10 times or more. And there are different variations of these exercises which you can easily find online. And it's a very nice grounding tool, because sometimes we have this sudden urge to do something, like to run to your fridge and eat ice cream. And we kind of need to break this cycle immediately acting on that particular urge, rather than we will just pause a little bit, we give ourselves some time, we'll breathe for like a minute or so, and we can still go to fridge and eat that ice cream. But the idea is we are kind of breaking this autopilot mode, this automated mode. Instead of immediately following the urge and running to the fridge, you kind of calm yourself, you breathe, maybe you ask yourself questions like, why I'm feeling like this now? Am I really that hungry that I want to eat that ice cream? When now I have this urge of eating ice cream, what it is? Is it hunger? Is it stress? Is it boredom? Is it something else? And it does take time to even to be able to stop yourself at that time instead of immediately running to the fridge. But it's a very, very nice, relieving, thrilling tool, because instead of having this feeling that this urge controls you, you finally start having this feeling that it's you who control it, that it's you who can stop, that it's you who can decide, okay, now I'm going to fridge, I'm going to eat that ice cream. It's not like you are blindly running and eating, and after you're thinking, oh my God, what just happened? But you are actually deciding, okay, now I'm bored, now I'm stressed, and I'm consciously deciding, okay, in order to deal with my stress today, I will eat ice cream. In the future, it may be even like, instead of ice cream, I may find a totally different tool to deal with that. But kind of the first step will be just to break this loop, just to break this automated blind mode, and start actually thinking, start taking control back into your life. Another good tool here is naming the emotion. So practically you're really asking yourself like what it is. Is it boredom? Is it anxiety? Is it stress? Is it like my relative just going to visit me and I'm already kind of getting anxious? There are many things on that list, and the key point here is just to be honest with yourself. Ask yourself those serious questions and give yourself an honest answer. And it's a first very important step to start building this self-dialogue, building this self-trust. And it's already a great tools to help you to deal with all those issues that you have with the help of non-food strategies. And another nice thing that I've recently started doing, it's not going smoothly yet, it's not perfect. It's this idea of having a food journal, and now I'm trying to like write exactly what I'm eating for breakfast, lunch, dinner, some snacks. And when I can, it's still like I'm only learning, and it's like it's hard immediately to stop and be conscious about that and go to the journal and check it. But it's like what I'm eating for breakfast. For example, I'm eating today oatmeal. How do I feel while I'm eating? How do I feel after I finished? When I have this kind of trigger that I want to eat ice cream, that, oh, in my fridge I have that nice cheesecake I would like to eat. When I have this idea in my head, what was the trigger that pushed me to go to fridge? Again, was it hunger? Was it just desire for something sweet? Was it boredom? Was it stress? Was it unsatisfaction from something that I couldn't? Maybe today I had a plan to do something and I was not able to do that, and I am a bit disappointed with myself, and that's why I want to eat that ice cream, or that's why I want to eat that cheesecake. So this idea of naming the emotion, stopping yourself, talking to yourself, putting all those things, especially down on a piece of paper, in a real paper notebook with a real pen or pencil. It's a very nice, again, tool to break this cycle and stop living in this automated mode. Definitely a good idea also to let go your negative emotions. Since I'm binge eating, sometimes already when I finish like half of the fridge and I look at what happened and I feel this heaviness in my stomach and I want to cry. And it's okay to cry, it's okay to scream, it's okay to be angry. Just numbing those emotions is not gonna help us. The first step is like to accept them, to be aware, okay, I just overate and I feel sorry for it and I feel like shit and I feel that I'm killing myself and I feel like I'm a loser and I feel horrible and I want to cry and I want to scream. And probably if you do it too much and every single day, probably it's already not that healthy. But if you are a person same like me, who in most cases just prefer to be numb and prefer just like to push aside those emotions rather than leaving them and having them and accepting them, then actually the idea of let them go is actually a very good strategy. Another group of tools which I find very useful, it's physical movement. And I already told in many of my previous videos that I love walking. And for me, walking, it's not practically a physical exercise or some kind of physical tool. It's mostly my mental exercise. This is something I do for my mental health, especially if I walk outside. Now here it's really hot and it's a challenge to walk outside even early morning or late at night. It's still like extremely heavy, but sometimes we have some little windy days when some kind of breeze coming from the sea and it's okay to walk. But definitely comparing to spring, autumn and some like winter sometimes, now it's really hard to walk. I'm trying to walk at home, I'm using treadmill. Whenever I can walk up a bit earlier, like really earlier, I go out and walk before all this heat is going to start. But overall, walking outside, when you are able to look around, to see people, to see nature, it's a very nice mental tool that distracts me from my anxiety, from my overthinking, and this is something that really helps me. But again, since now it's really hot, I'm trying to use some other things. I'm trying to do little yoga, some kind of stretching routines from YouTube, little something like Pilates for beginners, because I'm now obese and I don't feel comfortable to do everything that I see on videos. Also, I'm just trying to breathe, kind of make some kind of meditation with breathing, practically any physical activity that can help us. Something that you really enjoy, it's definitely something that we should have in our toolbox. Very nice idea is dancing, especially I opened some music from early 2000s, which probably are my best era for music, and I'm just like dancing, I'm moving my body, just like 1-2 songs is enough just to feel better and to let this anxiety, this stress go. And there is something new that I'm testing recently, and I think I'm going to make a separate video about that because I find it a really nice thing. But you can already Google, there is a lot of information online about that. It's kind of shaking your body, jumping, and different somatics movements. So just Google somatic movements and you will understand what is that. And I think I'm gonna make a separate video about that, which somatics movement I find especially useful for me, especially if I feel that this urge for binge eating is coming. But they are also very good for like emotion regulation, for self-soothing, for dealing with anxiety, with stress, with some negative thinking. I find them also very useful. Another set of tools is doing something creative. So since I've started this YouTube channel, I use this YouTube channel as a way for my creativity, because I'm thinking what kind of video I'm going to make about what. I'm trying to edit my videos, I'm trying to make some shorts from my videos. At the same time, I bought some color pencil, and like I'm not a professional, I cannot like draw very nice, but whatever I can, even like childish like pictures, it's nice. I bought also a couple of these coloring books for adults when they have this like very nice pictures, and I colored them. It's also very nice. And recently I installed an application on my phone that tells me everything about plants, animals, insects, birds, everybody I see. I guess it's called iNaturalist. So I like use my camera, make a snap of a plant or animal, and it tells me about species, about type of this plant or animal, and it's quite enjoying. I also use it as some kind of distraction tools, and it's a nice idea because it's a very nice grounding exercise for me, because now I'm kind of collecting these plants and animals. I'm just look around, okay, this plant I haven't like seen yet, so it will be in my collection, or this is a new kind of bag, or this is a new kind of spider. This is something that works for me. You should give it a try. Maybe it may also work for you. Another things that I find very useful is kind of mental distraction, especially when I feel very stressed that I cannot even push myself to go for a walk. I'm playing games. I have Sims, sometimes I'm playing, but I know at least now recently I started playing an extremely old game that I was playing when I was a teenager. It's called Morrowind. It's like you have this character and you are just like, again, walking, like probably I like walking, that's why I decided to play this game too. And you are just walking kind of from city to city. You are like some kind of freelancer. You are just doing some kind of little task. You like it really helps me, it distracts me. I'm kind of living like in this imaginary world for a while. Definitely if you're gonna spend like most of your life there, it's not healthy, but I do it like 1 hour. Sometimes I feel like pretty bad, it may be 2 hours, but I think instead of going to fridge and eating half of the fridge and after feel sorry, it's better I sit and play that Morrowind game, and like after I will just continue with my life. Also I like puzzles, I like different crosswords, I like different games. Sometimes we play with my husband also some table games, like something that gonna distract you from doing something that you do not want to do. It's also a good tool. Another group of tools that again recently started testing, it's something like more sensory stuff. So it's like taking a hot shower or cold shower, especially now cold shower feels very nice, refreshing. Taking bath, especially bath with some essential oils, like it can be lavender for calming or some citrus oil for like boosting your energy. It's again walking for me, it's a self-soothing mechanism. Drinking some herbal teas, making some kind of juices, making some cocktails with ice, with fruits, especially now is a good season for that. Just sitting and kind of meditating, looking around at nature, paying attention to trees, paying attention to some, I don't know, flies, insects, butterfly around. Kind of those sensory grounding techniques when you don't need to run anywhere, you don't need to be in a hurry, you can just kind of sit in this present moment, enjoy your food, enjoy your tea or coffee, enjoy what your eyes see around you. Like take off your shoes, put your shoes in the grass or sand, or even like on the carpet in your home, and like if you have like I have here a kind of fluffy carpet, and just like kind of focus on this moment, how my feet feel, how it is this feeling in my mouth when I'm drinking this juice, when I'm eating this food. Kind of present moment grounding exercises, they're also helping me a lot. The main idea here that I wanted to share, that I shared some of the tools, there are way more of them, and if you go online and check, or you ask ChatGPT and ask, you will see there are so many tools. The idea is, first of all, to collect as many ideas that you feel you will like. After, test them and see how you feel, if it's really something for you or not. And just make a list, make this emergency list. When you're already in a bad mood, when you're already anxious, or when you're stressed, at that time it will be very hard to find those tools. But if you already do kind of this job before, you will make a list, you will test it, and once you have this urge, once you have this anxiety, once you have something that disturbs you, that bothers you, you can just take this list and check, okay, what can I do from this list now? And it's a good idea to write it down or print it, put it somewhere on your wall, on a mirror. And once you feel that it's about to hit you, or it's already like hit you, just check, okay, you will have something like non-food coping mechanism menu. So you will have already a list, and you feel like, okay, today, what will help me? Maybe today it's gonna walk. Maybe today it's gonna have some computer game. Maybe today I just need to drink some herbal tea. Maybe I just need to go and take a shower. And depending on your day, on season, on your mood, whether you are alone at home with somebody, whether it's a stress or anxiety or boredom, you will have a bunch of tools to choose from, and you will choose something that's gonna work for you in that particular moment and in that particular state. So I hope you find this video useful. If you have more ideas, more coping mechanisms that work for you, please share them in the comment, because again, the more tools we have, the richer we are, and the easier it is for us to reach our big and ambitious goals. So thank you for being here with me, and I will see you soon.